Hi, welcome to Exchange Student in Fiberland. My name is Mary and I will be your hostess. Today is Saturday, July 23rd, and this is episode 16. We are going to start off with lessons I'm learning, or my works in progress. The first one I want to show you is the Iris Mystery Knit Along, and I bumped the table, I'm sorry. And there's lots of reaching today. As always, it's part of the fun. Here we go. I have stopped at the end of clue 3. I'm not quite finished with clue 3. I don't know how well you can see it. I don't know which is the front and back. Let's see. Yep, this is the front for you. I am doing this in Best Foot Forward Fruit Salad colorway. It is on size 6, 4mm needles. I stopped at the end of clue 3 because she gave you options. You could either do it as it was written, or you could do option A, which I didn't do, and then you could do as written or option B for another part. And I kind of wanted to cheat and look and see what the other ones looked like before I decided which one I wanted to do, as well as see what clue 4 looked like. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do as far as if I'm going to do option B or not. Option B has more of the linen stitch, which I think is really pretty. I just want to look at the other ones and see which one I can go for. So I made a video of these cool little wavy drop stitches, and I'm going to try to put the video in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last row I did a yarn over right here, and I'm gonna slip it off, then knit one, and then there are 2 yarn overs, and you just slip them off. And then a knit one, got a little twisted. And then 3 yarn overs, 1, 2, 3. And then I didn't have twisting until the camera was on. So get that untwisted and knit. And then 2 yarn overs, slip them off, and knit, and then 1 yarn over, and then you knit 6, and then your pattern starts all over, but it makes this.
Can you hold it out further against the, there you go. So you can see it better.
I just thought that was really amazing. It was kind of scary at first. But then when you went with it, it was really fun, and it looked really pretty. And also, one other thing I wanted to say about this shawl is, for some reason, last week when Wendy and Sheila on the Knit One Heart 2 podcast talked about it, Sheila had her stitch count off, and I did too. And then I fixed it. And this week, Wendy said that she was on the wrong side, so she did something wrong, and I did too. And I wanted you guys to quit making mistakes because I'm following you. I just made an extra row so that I would be on the right side. I don't know what happened there. But I'm looking forward to getting that finished, probably this week. Maybe not. I'm actually working at the end of this week, which is odd for me, and so I won't have as much knitting time. So that might not get done for next week. Speaking of getting done, the next one I want to show you is my Gush socks. They are by Yarnissima, and they are in Sandy's palette, size 3, 3.25mm. And here they are. I think they're looking pretty. I turned the heel, and have hair on it. It's probably because I've been doing a lot of the Fleagle heel, which you don't have to have a heel flap or anything. So I turned the heel and then I had to do a heel flap and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not really enjoying these socks. Hold on. And I really don't think it's the pattern per se. I think it's the sock yarn. It's kind of scratchy and kind of reminds me of cotton. I think it's 100% wool. I don't remember. But with the heel, you have, it's not just a short row, like you had to do pattern in it, and which I would normally like. The one thing I didn't like about the heel, besides, you know, the yarn that I just got done saying, I had to do a lot of purl through the back loop, and I hate those. It's just awkward. So there's that. But this is what I was saying. I think that the pattern is nice, and I'd like to do it with some softer yarn that I like better. I think maybe another reason is the pattern is easy, but you can't memorize it. There's no way to memorize it. And I've been following the written directions, and I don't print my patterns out. I usually leave them on my phone on the Goodreader app. The written out directions are so long that I can't read them on my phone without having to scroll through. So I've been doing it on my computer, leaving it up on the PDF and highlighting it when I get finished with a row. But because the directions are so detailed, I can't watch anything or do anything else other than listening. Like, I could listen to a podcast, or I've been listening to a book on CD. So maybe that's part of it too. It's been hot. I've been stuck in my little knitting corner, and I just kind of feel weighed down by these socks, which is silly because I'm enjoying it. I even painted my nails blue because I know the last time I was doing it, the blue with the nail and the blue with the socks made me happy. So maybe that'll help. I just painted those today. But anyway, I have 28 rows left, and then the cuff, which I think is like another 20 rows or something. And then I'll be finished. And I'm plugging away. I'm working hard to get these finished by Monday, because by next Monday, not in a couple days, but in a week, Monday, the 1st, because this is for the Sock Knitters Anonymous June challenge. You have to have it finished in July. Cast on sometime in June, finish in July. And like I said, since I'm working this next week, makes me a little nervous that I won't get finished. But we'll see. That was Gush. And I lost my notes. Hold on. Excuse me. Next, I want to talk about my Mario blanket, which I am crocheting. It's by Russ McAllister on a size I 5mm hook. And I'm going to touch the yarn. Hold on. I did a couple more granny squares, but then Shirley left a comment, one of the viewers, Shirley, left a comment on the blog that said she uses Attic 24, a crochet blog, for a tutorial on how to put them together. And so I have started to crochet them together. And originally I had thought I would, sorry, flip. Originally I thought that I would do the first row and put it together, and then the second row and then put those together, but that's not how the tutorial does it. The tutorial has you do rows 1 and 2 and combine them together, and it makes this really nice crocheted edge, which I think is really pretty. I could only do 4 because although the first row is all blue, the second row, oops, I'm backwards. The second row, like this row is all blue. Second row, fifth square is a red square, and I haven't made a red square yet. So I'm going to do a couple more blue. I still have a lot of blue to put together, but I'm going to switch over to the red. I have more than one eye hook, so if I, not that I can crochet with more than one at a time. That was stupid. I'm not even going to finish what I was going to say. Anyway, that is the Mario blanket, and it's coming along slowly but surely. Get it, Shirley? Thanks for your hint. Anyway, next up is also for the Sock Knitters Anonymous challenge for the July challenge, which means you need to cast it on in July and have it cast off by August. In August. The month after July is August. I have started Wendy Johnson. Any Wendy Johnson pattern, sock pattern, counts towards the challenge, and so I have cast on her catnip socks, which I have not finished very much of it at all. I'm doing this with some yarn I found on clearance at Michael's. Patton's stretch socks. It is 41% cotton, 39% wool, 13% nylon, and 7% elastic. It's really, really stretchy. I was going to tell you the colorway. Kelp. Colorway is kelp. And I'm doing it on size 2 needles. I don't know if I can get it close enough. I've only done, I think, not even a full repeat of the lace pattern. It's an 8-row pattern. I think it's going to be pretty easy. So, that's that. The one thing that I did change at the beginning of each pattern, like it'll say, pearl, and then there's 7 stitches, and then purl, and 7 stitches, purl, 7 stitches, purl, 7 stitches, purl. I did knit and knit because I don't like purls at the end of my row. So we'll see if that makes any difference. I would like to cast on at least one more Wendy Johnson toe-up sock pattern because I really love her socks, and that's the month's challenge, but we'll see. I just have to get it cast on by Monday, so you would think that would be easy. Maybe I can even do 3. We'll see. And because we went to the movies with the kids, we took them to the Dollar Theater and watched Rio, which is a really cute movie. I wanted to be able to knit a stockinette sock, so I cast on for Josh. This is really kind of a mess. This is also that I got on clearance at Michael's. Same everything. Patton's stretch socks. This is Taffy Bonbon Caramel colorway. And I put them, it's totally plain vanilla sock. This is a size 3 needles. I cast on 10, and then I increased up to 30, which we were in the car when I was trying to finish up the increases because I wanted to get all the increases done before we got in the movie theater. And Josh was wearing shoes and socks, and I was wearing sandals. I wanted Josh to take off his shoes and socks like an appreciative husband and try the socks on to see if I increased enough, but he wouldn't. So I just put them on me, and I increased bigger than that. So we'll see if it fits. If it doesn't, it's his own fault. Anyway, there are 8 stitches per inch. I cast on 10, and I increased up to 30. And I'm very excited to tell you about the heel I want to do. Normally, I would do a Flegel heel. Sorry. Normally, I would do a Flegel heel, and that would be the end of it. I have just today watched Cat Borhdi's video about her tomato heel. I think that's what it's called. Tomato something. I think it's tomato heel. Abby from the Knit Knit Cafe podcast has been talking about how excited about the tomato heel she has been, and Cat Borhdi just came out with a new ebook. It's $20. I would love to have it. It doesn't have all the patterns yet. She's going to give them to you as she presents them, but it includes the tomato heel, and she has a video of her doing the tomato heel, which it's short rows, but there's no wraps. And you do it in, like, you make 3 short row wedges. So, like, here's part of it, and then you actually knit all the way around the sock, and then you do another wedge, and then you knit around the sock, and then you do another wedge to make 3 of them. And she said it's customizable, and she goes into more detail if you get the book. If you're lucky enough to get the book, you get more detail. It looks really easy and fast, and I'm excited about doing it. So now I'm gonna have another thing that I can't wait to get done this week. I want to try that heel. So the only thing it doesn't tell on the video when to actually start the heel, but you don't do, I don't know, my theory, like when, I'm going to show you my ugly toes, my ugly feet, but if I can get it, oh, that's it this way. I can't, I'm going to knock over my drink. Okay. When you make your Flegel heel, I'm sorry. You like my feet? My husband calls them Fred Flintstone feet because they're fat and flat. Anyway, you put your sock on, and you go until right here where this line is, and that's when you start the Flegel heel. And I'm kind of thinking the tomato heel looks kind of like that, so I might try making it there, and if it doesn't work, I'll just experiment, or maybe I'll go to her website and see if there's a place where it says when to start the heel. But anyway, I'm gonna give you a link to that video, and I want you to go look at it because it looks really cool, and see if anybody else wants to start. The tutorial shows a toe-up sock. I don't know what the difference would be if you do top down, but I'm sure she addresses it if you get the book. Okay, final exam. Well, it's another week, so here is another pair of dirty socks. I made these for Connor. They are made out of Patton's Croy socks, the stripes. So this one is not the same as the other 2 that I'm working on. That's from Patton's Croy. There's a glare. This is 75% washable wool and 25% nylon. I just did a basic toe-up vanilla sock. Colorway Burnished Sierra Stripes. Actually, I had a hard time starting because I cast on and I'm all over the place. Let me finish what I was saying. This is size 3 needle. I had a hard time because I cast on with a size 1 needle, and I had 2 balls like I always do. I didn't make a ball, I just pulled from the center pull of these. I don't know, I didn't even look, but I think the dye lot is different or something, because they looked the same, but they looked different enough that it was annoying me. So I ended up ripping it out and making 2 balls out of the same skein. And then with the size 1, it was way too tight. So I ended up ripping out again and putting it on size 3 needle, which size 3 is 3.25 millimeter. But once I got going, these were super, super fast. I cast on 8. I increased up to 20 on each needle, and I did the Flegel heel. It used exactly one skein other than this. I was afraid I wasn't gonna get it finished, but I did. In fact, I made the cuff extra long because I didn't know when I was gonna have to stop, and I wanted to make sure I had at least an inch. But that's 2 inches. Normally, I would say I'd probably do about 1 inch, 1.5. But that's it. This was amazing, even with all of the problems. I cast this on Monday. Well, I cast it on Sunday night, and then I ripped it out Monday morning. I cast on again on the size 3 needle. I was finished completely, ends woven in, Tuesday morning. So I call them my 30-hour socks. So I know that if I get in a bind with my 52 pair plunge, I can make Connor, or probably Keira, because her feet are a little smaller than that, a pair of plain vanilla socks, all stockinette, in 2 days. 30 hours. Isn't that cool? So there's that. And my other finished object. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I had to go steal it from Keira. I finished Keira's book bag. It's the Girlfriend Market Bag by Laura Spradden, size 7 needles, 4.0 millimeter, and I used peaches and cream. Lily's sugar and cream. I used 2 full skeins for the wavy color. Here's the bottom. And then I used 2 full, even though I didn't want to use 2 full, I was tired of knitting with the yarn. I wanted to make the bag as big as possible. So I kept going. And then just a little bit of blue for the top and the handle. I don't know what I did. I have no idea. All you do is once you get the bottom done, you do 1 row of knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, and then 1 row of knit, and then you repeat the first one. And then you knit, and then repeat, all the way till the end. Somehow, I ended up decreasing. So, I'm sorry, I'm using a different camera and I can't have a visual spatial problem and I can't get in the screen right. But anyway, I don't know how well you can see it. It starts off big and by the time you get to the top, it's little. I don't think, there is a book in here. She fit a book in to show me that it would be okay. It's okay, Mom, a book fits. What else do you have in here? Oh, she's got a little tiny notebook in here too. She said she's going to carry it around wherever she goes. She made this book. It's called Kitty. Chapter 1. Once there was a kitty who loved pineapples and apples and grapes and milk. That was when it happened. There was a giant and it crushed the pineapple trees and apple trees and grape trees. And then the kitty, she didn't finish anymore. How cute is that? Anyway, I don't know what happened. When I went to do the top, I didn't notice because it was on my needle. I didn't notice that it was getting smaller. But it did, obviously. And when I went to make the handle, it said knit purl off or cast off 40, then knit 10 and reserve those for your handle, and then cast off 40 more and then knit 10 more. Once I knit the first set of 10, I only had like maybe 12 stitches left. So I improvised. I made these handles 6 wide, and then I don't think it's perfect, but then I just knit the handle all the way to the other side, and I did a 3 needle bind off. So there it is. It is what it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I did the knit 2 togethers, at the end of the row, every other row, there was like 1 extra. Maybe I was supposed to do something with that. I don't know. Maybe that's where I don't know. It doesn't matter. I might do another market bag, try to make a different backpack or a book bag, and just experiment. I mean, it's a good bag. She likes it. It's nice and big. I'm sure I would carry lots of apples if I wanted to take it to the store. So, it is what it is. Next, I wanted to talk about my new friend in my new friends section. I wanted to talk about this YouTube video that I really enjoyed. It's a video blog. Now the way that I came across it was I was watching Susie Knits video vlog, and she has it on her blog, but it's hooked up to YouTube. And at the end, sometimes other videos show up, and there was one called I'm having a hard time talking. There's one called Knit Bits Vlog, and I clicked on it, and it's this cute girl. Her name is Josephine. She's a senior in high school. Well, she was when I was watching it. I haven't caught up to all of them. There's like 12 episodes, but she shows her knitting, and she is so adorable and so good at knitting. She has one video where she started a baby sweater, and she said that she was designing it herself, and then she shows this paper where she drew the sweater, and I was just like, what? She's designing it? And she acted like it was no big deal, and I thought it was a huge deal. So it's I thought it was entertaining. So if you want to go check her out, I will put a link to that in the show notes on my blog, which is exchangestudentInfiberland.blogspot.com. And she also has an Etsy shop if you want to go check. I think most of it is, she does some artwork, and most of it's some knit items. But that's my new friend for the week. Now on to journal entries. I wanted to talk about a cowl, a skirt knit along that I would like to start next week, the 1st of August. And it all started because Schmopey from Ravelry joined my group, and I was looking through her patterns page or her projects page, and she's made some really cute skirts, and they're crocheted. I think some of them are knit, but maybe not. Excuse me. But I was telling her how I wanted to try knitting a skirt, but I hadn't done it yet. And so she said, why don't we do a knit along? So sure, she came up with a whole list of free patterns, and I've narrowed it down to 2. The first one is called the Chelsea skirt. And it's a herringbone pattern. It's got this cute little lacy skirt underneath it. and it's flat, so you work back and forth, and it seems like it might be of the two patterns might be a little more difficult, but I don't think it'd be too bad. And it uses less yarn, and for that reason I'm kind of leaning towards it, because, not made of money here. But I would like to make a skirt. So that's the Chelsea skirt. The other skirt is called the Tina skirt. It looks a lot like the Flutterby pattern from the Flutterby socks, and so I thought that was really cute. That's written in the round, and so that should be easier, maybe a little quicker, but that takes a lot more yarn. So I have an announcement up on my Ravelry group, which is Exchange Student in Fiberland, and if you want to join us, and you want to decide which skirt you want to do, I guess we could either all do the same pattern, or we could each choose whichever one of those two patterns you want to do. It's just we're making a skirt. If there's another one you would rather do, then just do that. Let me know what you think. Do you want to do the same skirt? Do you want to do your own skirt? Do you not want to do a skirt? Schmilpy and I are definitely doing it. We've already decided, and we're starting in August, and we're going to finish it by September 2nd, because that's when the Podcaster Challenge Knit Along starts. But just go to the group and let me know, or on the show notes page in the comments, let me know, or you can PM me, or you can plurk, or you can get a message to me anyway. If you want to email me, my email is mari_ickes@yahoo.com. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to get my yarn this weekend, and or this next week, and we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. Other things in my journal entries, I wanted to remind you that next Monday, August 1st, is the sign-ups for the Tour de Sock and the Sock Sniper challenges, and that's the challenge. The Sock Sniper doesn't actually start till September 1st. I don't know why I'm putting all these things on at the same time, but I'm doing it because I'm crazy. And then the Tour de Sock starts October 1st. So yeah, I still don't have a job, those of you who've asked. So please say a little prayer for me, or cross your fingers, or I don't know, send pleasant thoughts up, or whatever you do, like a voodoo doll. I don't know, but it's coming really close to time for school to start, and I spent all last year thinking, as soon as summer starts, I'm going to get a job. And I haven't yet. And so it's making me nervous. It's making me kind of depressed. The thought of not being able to teach again makes me sad. So send up some prayers for me or something. That's all I have. I don't want to end on that note, though. Maybe I can insert a picture of some happy yarn here or something. This makes me happy. So maybe that'll end on a happy note. Woo! Show notes again are at exchangestudentinfiberland.blogspot.com. You can find me on iTunes if you do a search for Mary Gayle, MARIGAYLE. And that's also how you can find me on Plurk or Ravelry. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.